I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777.
Hey, keep the beat playing, J.O.
I hear my brothers. Y'all suck out the frankincense burning. As the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777. As the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777.
Frankincense and myrrh smells so good, had to put it on my shirt. But better than that, it's the word. I used to live so absurd, bending every curve with the slur of my word. The taste of life had me right up all night, high in the sky like planes when they fly. Trying to get a glimpse of heaven, knew what I was missing. But then the prophet said, wisdom and understanding is your blessing. Money is the root of all your stressing. The power that lies within, that's the spirit. Take heed, don't dare miss it. Like fathers walking out on their children, walking into hell's kitchen. 666, what numbers you bearing? It's that holy grail, holy seventh Sabbath day. I pray I don't travel in the winter, all my girl gets sucked. Cause greater than the days of Noah, these last days.
As the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777. As the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777.
I got the 1611 in my lap. Evil spirits lurking around me, so I gotta light a match. World War III, pray my Aki got my back. By Hashimba, rock a thumb, raise my fist and give them dap. These internet prophets got me logging on my Mac. If you only preaching on the internet, it's all cap. If you only preaching on the internet, it's all caps. LOZ, we in the trenches, Air Sabbath, that's a fact. Holding posts at they camp till my stomach get a cramp. Trying to save a couple souls right before these clouds crack. The law was a light, so I'm shining like a lamp. Write these scriptures on my heart, Lord, I need that Holy Spirit. I'm patiently waiting, eyes on the kingdom, we ready to take it. If you scared, go to church, cause it's about to...
Khan. Shalom to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm Captain Ashley and I got with me
Captain Zamar.
And there's a window.
Y'all can read it behind us. Y'all know what we said.
You know what we said. You know, if you ain't from Florida, good luck. But if they don't understand, put it in the comments. This window. Shalom, to the 12 tribes, in all seriousness. I hope y'all having a beautiful week. I hope you're having a peaceful week, actually. I hope you guys continue to keep fasting and keep praying. I hope y'all, fighting Satan off every day. Because every day Satan got a job and he's going to do it to the fullest extent.
That's right. It's a battle.
We gotta be able to fight him off. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be able to fight him off. We can't allow him to keep us down. They keep us in a downtrodden state. See, Satan busy right now. You see, he trying to cut the light off. You see that? You see Satan right now. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna let them stop. I ain't gonna let them stop me because you know what the Most High say. Let your light shine before
Right.
men. Let your light shine. Come on. But yeah, all praise to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You know the topic of the class is health is wealth. You know, we kind of downplay the importance of health being an Israelite. You know, sometimes we can't. You know, some of us came into the truth. You know, knowing who we are, and you know, sometimes you kind of you go through the years. You go from slim. Next thing you know, now you're $150 heavier, and you're wondering why. You know, the Most High waxing your fat, but you wasn't trimming the fat off. You wasn't burning the fat off the lamp, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? But health is very important. Health is one of the most critical things as being a Israelite, as well as being a soldier for the Most High. Let's get the book of Colossians 3 verse 17 and let's just like jump right into it.
Con. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Other One Hamashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the power and the Abba by him.
Come on, it say whatsoever we do in word or deed, we give all honor and praise to Hamashiach Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and we give praises and honor through him to the Most High. And one of those things, one form of it is through our way of listening to Yahushua and doing the works of Yahushua. And one of the works, which a lot of Israelites downplay, is our health with the Most High and Mashiach Yahushua. That we have to be healthy individuals going down the path in our walk, if that makes sense. And how I know that, let's get John chapter 3, 3 John chapter 2 and verse 2.
Con.
Because this is John speaking, and John hit them with a bar when he said this. You know what I'm saying? And this is a lot of love coming from him, because we know how John is. John is an honorable man. John is a well-respected brother amongst the Israelites. But let's see what John was saying. Let's get that.
This is the book of 3 John, chapter 1 and verse 2. Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health.
And be in what?
And be in health.
Read on.
Even as thy soul prospereth.
Come. He said, beloved, I wish above all things. I pray above all things. Everything, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, above it all, I pray for your health. He was letting you know the severity of what it means to really have your health. He was emphasizing that you can't do nothing for the Most High if you don't got your health.
Gone.
You know what I'm saying? Health is a very big thing that we should take serious in the nation of Israel. Because you have to think about it on a tactical standpoint, on a military standpoint. You got to think about it like this, right? What is the job of a man in his household? To be the provider and to do what? Be the protector of the house. He has to be the protector of the house. And what that means is brothers gotta be in physical shape just in case if a intruder or an enemy comes into your home or presents a threat to your children and to your family. You should be able to fend them off. You know, like that's one of the biggest things for me, you know, when it comes to health, is that I, as a captain of 10 and as a soldier in the Most High's army, I think of when I'm at camp, if something pops off, can we handle the situation as efficiently and as efficient as possible?
Con. Also, because see, here's the thing. For us, you know, as quote unquote black men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hispanic Native American men, we got a target on our back. We can't hide who we are, right? That's why you know, in the scriptures when Yahweh Shai saw who was that, Nathaniel? He said, an Israelite indeed. Or I think that's who that was. Salakia if I'm misquoting. But the point is we can't hide who we are. We got a target on our back. So we got all these other nations that see us. Number one, they hate us, they're jealous of us, they're envious of us, and they have a perpetual hatred towards us, as the scriptures say. So it ain't even just like we have to protect ourselves, because number one, we going out there, and as the scriptures say, we're out here flipping the world upside down, because we're telling people what? Yahweh Shai only came for the children of Israel. God doesn't love everybody, right? God hates certain nations, right? God is the Most High. God is for us and for us only. That messes people's minds up. They've been hearing that God loves everybody all their lives, and all of a sudden the people that they hate the most are coming out saying that God only loves them, and we're backing it up, right? With facts, data, statistics, history, archaeology, and prophecy. So that turns people against us, right? And even outside of us going out there and teaching on the streets, just being in the world, just going to the grocery store, driving in public, walking with a hoodie on, they're going to the store, getting a bottle of water, walking down the street with Skittles and Arizona iced tea. There is no actual reason for them to attack us and be on our backs the way that they are. So knowing that, we have to keep ourselves in good shape. I'll tell you something, and I think about this all the time. Whenever I look back at pictures of like my pops, my uncles, you know, men that were coming up in the 70s, all those guys, when you look at those pictures of all those guys back in the day, them brothers and Northern Kingdom brothers back in the day in the late 70s, early 80s, all of them dudes was swole.
Right.
And the reason why is you got to remember what they grew up seeing. If they was growing up in the 70s, they was kids in the 50s and 60s.
What?
So they saw their parents going through like blatant racism and hatred. So they know, okay, I can't grow up being no weak man. I got to be strong, because at any time I could be attacked by 5 or 6 white men. So they was swole. But see, Esau figured that out, and they like, you know what? We got to pacify these boys. I mean, not pacify. We got to trick them, and we got to make the situation like we can't be so blatant with our attack. We can't be so blatant with our hatred. That's what they thinking. And so they got really crafty with the way that they started coming at us. It wasn't straightforward no more, because they knew they couldn't do nothing with us. Right? It'd take 5 of them to take on one of us. Right? So that's where that good health comes in. Let's get the book of Sirach chapter 30 and verse 15 real quick, Baba Kushah. Sirach chapter 30 and verse 15. Con,
One second, select.
you can leave it there. I'm doing a class right now.
Right.
Sirach chapter 30 and verse 15. Slack it, y'all.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 30 and verse 15. Health and good estate of body are above all gold.
Are above what?
Are above all gold.
There is nothing that has a higher value than your health, because you can't keep no law, statutes, and commandments if you're not here. What can you do if you're not here? If your health fails you and you're no longer here, what can you do? You can't do a damn thing. You can't barely serve the Most High. You can't go out there in the streets and teach. You can't protect your family if your health fails you. You can't even fend for yourself. At some point, you become a dependent when your health fails. So your health is extremely important. It's above all gold. So we have to look at that and say, hey, if I want to serve the Most High, I want to serve him in the best possible form that I can. Are you going to go rent a car that got dents in it and a donut tire on it? No, you're not going to rent that. You're going to rent a car that's in good condition, nice tires on it, got a good oil change, gas tank full of gas. You're going to rent a car that's fully operational, that you know is going to be able to do what it needs to do. The same way it is for us. We got to make sure that we're fully operational and we're performing at our peak level. We're at the best estate that we can be to serve the Most High God.
Con, I want to let me back off what you're saying, because I don't know if you said this, but our bodies are just like that analogy, like a rented car. Our bodies are a rented car.
That's right.
Our souls is only renting this body.
That's right.
The Most High provided it, but he's expecting you to take care of it.
Con.
This is his vehicle. This is where your soul is able to transport itself to where it needs to go to take care of things for the Most High. And he's expecting you to make sure that this car is running optimal.
That's right.
Because I ain't gonna lie, if I let Zamar borrow my car and I come in and he bring my car back, it's missing a tire, it's missing a couple headlights, my front windshield cracked, my back all my interior in the back seat gone. I ain't gonna lie, me and Zamar gotta see me. we might be wrestling how Jacob did that angel in the how Jacob did that angel for the blessing in the parking lot.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying,
car, bro?
Right.
You supposed to go to the corner store. You done tow out my back seats.
Right.
Oh, I got to see you.
Right. and we can't do the Most High like that. The Most High gave us a body that's able to work, able to function. I know, and the thing is, I know some of us, we kind of have already underlying issues in it and whatnot, but it's never too late to get yourself back in the healthy range that you need to be in. It's never too late. If you still got lungs in your breath, you got breath in your lungs, and you're able to move and able to walk and do the things you need to do, it's never too late. Now, when they start saying, "Hey, you got 6 months to live," okay, that's a different story. But while you still alive and while you still in your health, you can change it. I think even if you have diabetes and stuff like that, you could bounce back from that. If you get healthy, if you start exercising, start eating right, you could bounce back from that. And there's been research on that type of stuff that you can bounce back from. Dr. Sebi has done it. Dr. Sebi has cured people of all forms of diseases. He even was brought to court, Supreme Court, mind you, where there's a 99% conviction rate, and proved to the Supreme Court that it is possible that somebody can be cured of AIDS and HIV. And it was all through fruits.
Mm-hmm.
All through fruits and fasting and drinking alkaline water. So it's possible. It's never too late. It's never too late.
That's right.
I got a precept that I wanted to get. 1 second. Salaki. It was referring to. Oh yeah. Let me get Proverbs 23:2.
Con.
Because we shouldn't allow ourselves to let go. To get where we end up becoming more, where we're taking on more troubles because we're indulging in food, where we're indulging in things we shouldn't. It's just like sin. We shouldn't indulge in sin. There's a lot of things that we need to keep a balance on. This whole life is about balance. You can eat. Eating is a part of sustaining your life, but you shouldn't be eating where to the point you're eating in excess.
Gluttonous.
Yes, you're being a glutton, where you're making the food you eat a god. Because sometimes we make food to be our God.
Right.
I.e., prime example. Think about this, right? How many times have you got hangry? How many times just because you ain't eat, you had an attitude? And you unleashed it on somebody who didn't really deserve that attitude just because you was hungry.
They received the wrath.
Yeah, they received the wrath of the hunger. But here's the thing. If you were fasting properly, doing your, on and off fasts, when you got hangry, that shouldn't really have been a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't really be your mood shouldn't really be too much affected if you've been fasting how you're supposed to be fasting.
Right.
And you shouldn't only be fasting when it's Day of Atonement. Let's talk about that.
Right.
Where you in the corner like this.
Looking crazy.
You just like this, oh Lord. Oh, thou would it be if it was sundown. you talking in KJV terms because you so weary. Oh,
right.
oh thou they that didst this. Why am I thus so? Please let the dawn. Please allow me to see the sun goeth down in the day of my life, so I may consume sustenance. No, man. You should be fast. You should at least be trying to fast at least once a month. Because you got to keep, you have to put your body, put your body under subjection. Not your body allowing your mind under subjection. But let's get that Proverbs.
I'm going to start at verse 1.
Yeah, let's start at 1.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 23 and verse 1. When thou sittest to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what is before thee.
When you say when you're looking at the table, examine what at the table. All right, I see collard greens, I see fried chicken, spaghetti, potato salad, corn. I see turkey. I see let me see. I see a bowl of salad, and I see some fruits. All right, read on.
And put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given to appetite.
Yeah, he's saying you seeing all that, and the first thing you do, you just jump right in. You diving right. You just, I need it all. I need it. You just look at everything. You just you gawking at it. You admiring it. You're almost lusting after it. Just to get a single bite. You drool when you start drooling out the side of your mouth, just to get a bite. Because presentation is everything. Do you know? I thought about this. I was thinking about this a while ago. About you shouldn't be the first one to grab a plate.
Especially if it's women and children in the room.
Yes, you shouldn't be the first one to grab a plate because you know what it make it look like. You selfish, greedy. You don't, excuse my French when you don't give a damn about nobody except yourself. Because why are you fixing a plate for yourself when there's multiple people around? You're being gluttonous.
Yeah.
And it makes you perceive to be a greedy person, a quote unquote niggard.
Mm-hmm.
A person that is selfish, that only want to do things for themselves.
That's right.
Rather than fixing a plate, fixing somebody else a plate, get everybody else the plate, and then you fix your own plate. Perception is everything when it comes, and with this scripture, it's giving you wisdom and game on how to operate when you're in front of a king, also, or somebody of authority, like a CEO or a business partner, or somebody you trying to or somebody you trying to do business with that got a lot of money. It say don't be the first one to get don't let your appetite get the better of you. And don't get in access neither, where you got a plate this high. You got a plate this high. That's crazy work. You got a plate this high and you eating it all. What presentation that you want people to perceive you as? A man that has self-control, a woman that has self-control, that has discipline, honor, and wisdom and integrity. These are the key things.
Health is a gateway to longevity.
Yep.
The worse your health is, it's like the clock is ticking faster, right? We have to be mindful of our physical diet as well as our spiritual diet. And I talk about our spiritual diet all the time. Most of the time we talk about diets, but the physical diet is extremely important. They say you are what you eat. So, the Most High understands, and he, gave us guidelines in regards to how and what we should consume. Like going back to the analogy of the body being like a rental car and the spirit being like, you renting that rental car, there are things that are in place in regards to how you should deal with that vessel. So for instance, it tells you what type of fuel to put in the car. It tells you can't smoke inside the car. It tells you that when you finish with that vehicle, you got to bring it back in the same estate that you picked it up. It's really no different how the Most High is dealing with us. He told us, don't be smoking. Don't be putting bad things in your vessel. The fuel that we put in our car will be a representation of the foods that we eat. He tells us, hey, that shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, that's unleaded.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
He don't want us putting unleaded in our bodies. He want us putting that premium.
Yeah.
Right? So
you got the V8.
We got the V8.
You got the LS3 engine sitting under the hood. You can't just put unleaded in there.
It's a 12-cylinder.
It's 12-cylinder. You got the V12. You got the
cylinder. It's a V10, right? So we can't treat what we've had the privilege, because living life is a privilege. Most I could, no, he could deny us, but he blessed us with the privilege to be able to have this vessel. So the fact that he's blessed us with something, and we got to remember, this doesn't belong to us, because just as sure as he gave it to us, he can take it away. We're well aware of this. So we got to be mindful of the guidelines and the rules. You think just because you got it, you didn't sign no paperwork, you didn't give no money to have this vessel, but you know that it don't belong to you because you don't wake yourself up and you don't kill yourself. I mean, you can, but you get what I'm saying? Like the Most High is the determining factor of when you get the vessel and when you got to give it back. So, and he told you got the paperwork. You got the fine print in the scriptures to tell you how you're supposed to deal with that vessel, right? So when we deal with it properly, it's a blessing unto us. But when we deal with it improperly, it's obviously it's not a blessing to us, right? Let's get Sirach chapter 11 and verse 25. You ever got a rental car and then you wrecked it and you didn't have that insurance on it? Wasn't it like a good time when you was driving? I remember being young. And my pops rented me a rental car for prom, and I'm just driving around in a rental car. And I remember at one point I almost got into an accident, and it just ruined my time because I was so messed up in the head thinking about how much trouble I would have been in if I had gotten into an accident in that rental car, right, under my father's name. I wasn't nothing but 17, right, going to prom. Pops rented me a convertible. Go to prom, got my little prom date with me, right? I'm following behind my best friend in his rental. We having a good time, right? Let's get that Sirach 11 and 25.
Come on, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 25. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction.
Read.
And in the day of affliction, there is no remembrance of prosperity.
So when we in a good, healthy estate, we're not really thinking about being sick. We're not really thinking about things going wrong. But the same way we have to keep the commandments in the forefront of our mind, we have to keep our health and the chance that things could go wrong in the forefront of our mind. when we decide not to pay attention to the things that we consume, or not exercising, or not stretching, or all those things that we should be doing to make sure that our body's in the best state it can be in, we're not thinking about what could happen. But as soon as something goes wrong, as soon as you get sick, as soon as you start coughing, God forbid you go in the hospital, all the good health, all the good times, all the fun you had, you can't even remember it, because your affliction is consuming your mind. And not only is it consuming your mind, you got to remember, when you get sick, you affect everybody around you that cares for you.
Facts.
So to be careless and to not take care of yourself, you're not just being a traitor to yourself, you're being a traitor to everybody that's around you that cares for you. Because guess what? Now the burden falls on them to care for you and to try to help you get back to where you should have already been focused on staying.
Facts. And that's powerful, Cap. That's very powerful. Cause I'll even say it. You know, the last class we had about health, I was one of them, and I'm still one of them working on it. But you know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High. You know that I got brothers around me that care about me, that was giving me work. They was yo, you need to get in the gym, Ak. Like I'm worried about you, Ak. Like my kids, like literally my kid was saying your name the other day, and it made me think about you. And I'm like, damn, it'll be crazy that you end up passing way too early before you can even see my G even grow up to be a grown man. I got told that, and it hit me, because it's like, wow.
I think I know who said that too. I think I know, but go ahead.
We all know. I'm gonna say it. Big shout out the Captain of the Hood, man.
I knew it. I just talked.
Big shout out to Captain of the Hood, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This man has put a fire under my. He put a fire under my behind when he told me that. When he told me that, I sat for at least a week, sick, thinking about, damn, I can't go out like this because of my health, because I'm being negligent of my health. That's crazy. It's crazy to think about. You allow yourself in your mind to say, it's okay, I'm gonna eat all times of the night. It's okay, I'm not gonna go to the gym. But you don't know that it affects every aspect of your life. Mm-hmm. It affects everything. You trying to make money. Imagine you trying to make $1 million, but you can't make $1 million because you sleep all the time, because you just trying to, your body is trying to fight to keep the energy reserves on go. You got insomnia. Now you got all these other things and other issues that could be avoided. Now, all praise to the Most High, I'm in the gym. And another shout out to Captain Kadash, because my brother, my actual brother, my real brother, who's my accountability partner, and he don't let me slack off.
Oh no, he gonna get you.
He don't let me slack off. He don't let me slack off. He don't let me slack. He said I can't afford it. Don't waste my time. He'll tell me, don't waste my time. You ask for this, don't waste my time.
Kadash should tell anybody that.
He'll tell anybody.
He's serious about his time, bro.
You not in the gym, you not doing what you're supposed to do. He gonna get on your head top. And I told him, get on my head top. Don't allow me to play around. And now, all praise to the Most High, I'm Mr. 280.
Yeah.
I bench press 280.
Let's go.
I squat 415. What you talking about?
I ain't squatting nothing. I ain't messing up my back. I'm too
Listen, I'm on Stairmaster 20 minutes. Almost down to full speed. Now it's almost a drug. Now it's like if I don't go, I'm sick.
You sick. That's right.
The gym come first. I kid you not.
It's a lifestyle.
The gym come first.
That's right. It's a lifestyle. When you get in there and you start to feel good, you're addicted to that good feeling.
Yes.
And you know that health is extremely important. You know, just little something that just recently happened. I lost a high school classmate. We buried her last Saturday. Sister was she was 46 years old, died of cancer. She was actually my prom date for my senior year in high school. Good friend of mine, you know, and it broke my heart to find out that she had died of cancer. You know, Most High, pray the Most High have mercy on her soul and let her rest, you know, in peace. Um, but you know, these things happen, and it forces you to be conscious of how you living. It forces you to be conscious of everything that you consume, how you decide to live your life, you know, and honestly, everything that you put in is what you're gonna get out of your body. If you put time exercising in, you're gonna reap the benefits of the exercise. If you decide to eat healthy and clean, you're gonna reap the benefits of eating healthy and clean. If you eat trash, your body is gonna show that. If
Right.
you choose not to exercise, your body is going to reflect that. And
Right.
so, you know, when you have that, and the thing is, like Cap was saying, there's not a time limit on when you can start to make these changes. You know, somebody that I care for very much, we talk all the time, and she tells me, um, you got to choose your heart. You gotta choose what's important. I always say you gotta choose your why. She says you gotta choose your heart. Basically the same thing. But my reasoning for doing what I do, going to the gym, being in the gym as much as I can, is multifaceted. It's about my health. It's really about being able to provide or protect the people that I love and care for. And also to be prepared for what could possibly be. Not just, prepare. I got to protect myself as well. You know,
Right.
I be in the gym sometimes and I be so tired, and I say to myself as I'm lifting, I'm trying to get that last set in. Don't nobody want a weak husband. Don't nobody want a weak brother. Don't nobody want a weak father. I gotta say this to myself to keep pushing,
Hmm.
because you have to you whatever you got to do to keep yourself in there to stay motivated. Even if you got to lie to yourself, but stay in there. Keep pushing to be healthy, because when your health starts to fade, that's it.
Facts.
That's it. It's an uphill battle from there, just to break even again, and then you got to start all over again. So don't put yourself in that situation where it's like, oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Tomorrow might not come. It don't matter what you look like. It don't matter what you look like on the ice. You can look healthy on the ice outside, but if you eat McDonald's every day, you're not exercising, you're not drinking water, you're always drinking Mountain Dew and Coke, right? You're drinking a pint of tequila every other weekend. It's not going to yield good results. You got to be mindful, and the older you get, mark my words, you're gonna start to feel it in your knees. You're gonna feel it in your back. When you start getting in and out your car and you make noises, or when you sit down and
Ugh,
you
oh
sit
man, you. Ugh.
yeah, that
Oh
means
my
something.
gosh.
Your body is telling you something.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I got a quick precept for that. Then let me
All
go.
right.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 23 and verse 21. For the drunkard and glutton shall come to poverty,
Mm,
and drowsiness shall clothe a man with rags.
wow.
So basically, what it's saying
Wow.
is, for a drunkard and a glutton, you gonna go to poverty if you indulging in eating and over consuming on these foods. You will go to poverty because you know what you know what you got to do in order to get this food, right? You gotta buy, and it ain't and we not in the time and era of we owning our own goats, we owning our own sheep, we owning our own animals that we could slaughter and kill and cook. No, we have to go straight to the source.
Right.
Publix, Walmart, Sprouts, Aldi's, all these all these places we got to go to be able to sustain ourselves. And if you overindulging, you could go broke by giving them your money. And you know what the end result of eating all that stuff and becoming a drunkard and a glutton is? You will start getting drowsy. You'll be in the midst of a conversation on the road, and you will end up falling asleep mid-convo. You sleeping every 30 minutes. You sleeping every 45, every chance you get. Anytime you get quiet, you... Huh? You out of there.
It's gonna turn you slothful.
Yeah,
You're
it's
not
gonna turn
have
you
the energy to
slothful.
do anything. You're not gonna have a desire. You're not gonna have the work ethic. You're not gonna. It's not gonna be in you to get up and get out there and get it. What? Finish that scripture. Finish that verse.
Oh God! Dang, I dropped it. Hold on, I'm good. I'm going
You said
back.
something about he'd be clothed with rags.
Yeah, he shall be clothed with rags.
What does that mean? That means that when it talks about drowsy, it's talking about your work ethic. It's talking about you being slothful, and when it talks about you being clothed with rags, it just means that you're not going to be able to produce anything to be able to have something worth something. If you're going to be clothed with rags, that means you're going to live in a hut. If you have anything to live in, you're not going to be able to provide anything for a family. If you clothing yourself with rags, it means that everything is going to turn to nothing because your desire to work, your desire to be gluttonous and to be a drunkard and to be slothful is going to overcome your desire to work, right? And the scriptures talk about this, a man that doesn't work doesn't eat, right? A man that lives off another man's table is not a man. Is not worthy of life.
He's worse than an infidel.
Infidel.
And an infidel is bad.
Con. You
You
can't
worse
lose
than
that
an
desire.
infidel.
You can't lose that desire. You can't lose that drive. What does the scripture say? This is not your rest. What does that mean? This is not your rest. This is not. You can't be here thinking like everything's sweet. Oh, I can relax. Like we was just talking about Captain Kadash, right? Captain Asher's brother, blood brother. Captain Kadash, and I used to just listen to him, right? Captain Kadash is younger than me, but he's full of wisdom, right? And I've always looked up to Captain Kadash. That's my dog. I love that dude. But he always says some very powerful things. And I remember him talking about time. And he was like, bro, y'all be playing with y'all time. Time matters. Every minute matters. We know Kadash is big on his finances and stuff like that. And I remember him talking about breaking down, the cost of a shirt and how many hours of working did that require for him to get that shirt. And when he was breaking it down like that, I was like, I ain't buying nothing else in my life. Because
what?
Because the way he broke it down, I was like, wait a minute, that shirt that I bought last week cost me 3 hours. No,
I'm good. I'm good off that.
I'm good off that, And so it's the same thing, what you decide to do with your time is just equal with what you decide to put in your body. What you decide to do with your time, whether to be sit around drinking and eating and watching TV versus going to that gym, getting it in, because what you missing? Anything that's on TV, you can YouTube it. Yes. You can watch it, it's going to come back on.
Yes.
Why are you going to sit there and waste your time when you could be in that gym, getting it in, building yourself up?
Hold on. Why don't you want to go to the gym and then look like this? I ain't gonna lie. This by December, I'm trying to look like this. God dang it! You know what I'm saying? By December, I'm trying to look like this, brother. The brother on the screen, I'm trying to look just like that.
And that's the thing. It yields results, and not just results that you can see, results that everybody can see, and it makes you feel good when you feel healthy, you feel good, you feel confident. You put the time into something that's worth it. Go ahead, Cap.
God, I wanted to say this too because it clicked with me because it made me think of Priest Kahan. Priest Kahan used to always say, when people look at you, they need to see the kingdom of God.
Heaven. That's right.
And I ain't gonna lie, one form is to look like this brother wearing fringes and zits at camp, and I guarantee you, people will start looking at you as if they seen the kingdom of God. Because and the thing is too, what most people respect about bodybuilders is their discipline.
Discipline, that's right.
Because to achieve the look of how they look, it took a certain level of discipline to get there.
That's right. And sacrifice.
Yes. And I also wanted to say this too about going to the gym. There's a lot of health benefits, mental health benefits to the gym. I call the gym for me my iron sanctuary. You know why? Because for me, the gym is therapeutic to my mind. When I'm bench pressing 245 pounds for 8 reps and I'm at the last 2, and I get those last 2 and I got to get up and I'm supersetting and I got to go do bicep curls for 15 reps at 45 pounds, and I'm on and my arms are cooked at this point. I don't want to do it, but I tell my mind, we gotta do it. It translates into my work life with the mindset that I had at the gym. Because there's things that I had at my job that I didn't want to do. And it was a lot of work. But I was like, you know what? If you could bench press 245 for 8 reps and then hit them bicep curls for 15 reps, you can do this. And I was able to do my job proficiently and efficiently, where my boss got a call about how good of a job I did the work. The gym life translates into your personal real life out there in the world. You gain a certain level of confidence when you in the gym. When you start to notice, hey, I see I'm seeing little veins in the arm, popping. I see the triceping. I see the shoulders widening. Okay. And it pushes you to do more. And reverting back to the Bible, as a nation of people, we were always strong. We was always physically inept to take on heavy situations. Prime example, Jacob. If you understand the story of Jacob, you got to understand that was a strong brother. That just the account of him going to the watering well when Isaac told him to go down to the well to go find his cousins. Go to your uncle's house. Right? When he seen that watering well, they gave you a description that it normally takes a whole flock of sheep to move this boulder. This brother seen Rachel and looked at that boulder, looked back at Rachel and said, it's about to get moved, and moved it by himself.
It's about to get moved.
It's about to get moving. And he rolled that stone by himself. So it lets you know that Jacob was actually in shape in order to move that boulder. And then the other account is when he wrestled the angel. Do you know how strong you must be as a man to wrestle an angel of God till sunbreak, till the sun rose? That man was tussling with the angel for almost a whole night trying to get this blessing. Oh, so much so that the angel had to literally phase through his leg and pop his leg out of place for him to stop. Because the angel was getting overwhelmed by Jacob. That lets you know that Israel, as a nature of people, we are strong people. We are physically capable of being in shape. We are physically capable of being strong.
Right.
But we got so far away from the scriptures. We got so far away where even our forefathers in the wilderness, they died because of the lust of the meats in Psalms. Matter of fact, let's get that.
Let's get it.
Let's get that. Because people might think Captain Asher capping. He may be a captain, but he capping. But I'll show you. I'll show you better I can tell you. Let's get Psalms 78.
Con. This is the book of Psalms.
1 second.
78.
Hold on, let me. Yeah, let's start at 15.
And verse 15.
So we get context.
He clave the rocks in the wilderness
Uh-huh.
and gave them drink as out of the great depths.
Now, he's giving the account. He's giving the account of, in the wilderness what the Most High did for us. He gave us streams of water to drink. He brought us into the wilderness, right? He gave us drink out of great depths of water. Let's get that. Let's
He
keep going.
brought streams also out of the rock and caused waters to run down like rivers.
Right.
And they sinned yet more against him by provoking the Most High in the wilderness.
Doing what?
And they tempted the Most High in their heart by asking meat for their lust.
By asking meats for their lust. They were lusting. Think about how, okay. They were lusting so bad to eat that they were recalling the things that they were in bondage while they were in bondage. They were literally saying, "Oh Lord, what it would take. I want a chicken pot pie from KFC." That's the equivalent of what we were saying. Oh man, I wish I could have had a chicken pot pie while I was in America. As we're walking through the wilderness, trying to get ourselves right to enter into the land of milk and honey. They were reminiscing about bondage, but while they were reminiscing about bondage, while the Most High freed them from their crying of being in bondage. How mad would you be as a father or as a power that a nation of people was crying for you to free them, and you free them, and they talking about the place as if they want to go back? I'd be pissed. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would have told him the same thing. I would have told him the same thing that he told Moses. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm about to do one bad to them. I'm gonna make the next generation is gonna be after you, cause you listen. They don't. I'm about to destroy them right now. But Moses in his heart decided to say, "Nah, it don't make no sense, Lord, cause you know they be crying about you gonna die. They gonna die, and you gonna kill them. Then you gonna make them right. You only brought them out here to die. Don't do that." Just give them what they want, and then you know what got even worse. He gave them
what they wanted.
So much so that they were eating in gluttony, where it was coming out their nose. Eating so much it was coming out of their nose. I'm pissed. I ain't gonna lie. As if I was y'all, I'd be pissed too.
It was deserved though. You know, it was deserved.
Right. But it goes to show you the severity of we should not allow ourselves to be consumed by the spirit, by the sneaky conniving spirit of gluttony. We shouldn't allow ourselves to be consumed by it, to where the Most High ends up destroying us from it.
Right.
This is where you get diabetes from. This is where you get high cholesterol from.
Right.
This is where all what happens when you allow gluttony to play into your life, where now you got these lifelong medical hindrances. Now you got to put an EpiPen in your damn arm every day.
Right.
And I ain't gonna lie, I used to like, and one thing that scarred me when I was young, when my grandma had to do it. When my we would be like, I'll never forget. My grandma was like cooking chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was starting to feel faint. She was looking like she was she almost looked pale. I said, "Grandma, you good?" She was like, "Yeah, Shawnee, I don't know." Bruh, her head, I started rolling the back of her head.
Oh man.
Got scared, spooked. I'm yelling, "Mom! Kadash! Somebody!" They grabbed the pin, stabbed her, like they kind of stabbed her right where she always normally stab herself at, and pushed that pin, and that pin was just slowly spinning down. And she popped back too. I said, "Bruh, this is what this like?" Nah. Yeah. I can't. Like my Benjamin, me can't. Me can't do it. Me can't. That scarred me. So, like, and this is why I it was on my spirit to let you guys know that we should take our health a little bit more serious, especially in the times we in.
That's right.
Because we Nolan Wells hemmed up. That one brother that went to a rave ended up getting lynched.
Yep.
Listen, we need to be getting just like how these Edomites is getting prepared. They getting busy in the gym. We need to be getting busy in the gym.
That's right.
Because God forbid where you are gonna have to fight your way. God forbid that 3 men walk up on you and talking about we about to lynch you, Negro. You better be able to squabble like your life depending on it.
That's right.
You might gotta squat somebody that might be 300 pounds, but you gotta take them to roll it. You gotta take them to give me a term for Slam City. You gotta take them to Slam City. You might gotta hit them with the F5, hit them with the Batista bomb.
You never know, and it's gonna come at it. And that's the thing. It'll come when you least expect it. You think anybody that got into it with these other nations or whatever, you think it was like, it ain't scripted. It ain't like you wake up in the morning, you got a schedule. Oh, this is on my calendar today. I got to fight 2 Edomites.
Right.
It don't work that way. It's gonna happen when you're not paying attention, and that's why you got to be in that gym. Right? You can't be a big back thinking you're finna protect somebody.
In fact, like Captain Armor wants to say, you can't be big backs and claim to be men of valor.
That's right. You
can't say I got the spirit of David on me, and you ain't got the strength like David.
Right.
You talking about Samson as your forefather, but you can't even fight for 20 seconds. Your gas tank, you don't got a full gas tank.
I like to say that I like to say your will is a mirror image of your spirit. You know how somebody say this person got a strong spirit or they got a weak spirit? Well, your willpower is a mirror image. I think it's one and the same, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Your willpower is your spirit. So if you don't have no willpower to stop eating or to stop drinking or to get in the gym or to make the sacrifices that are needed and necessary to put yourself in a better position health-wise, you weak-spirited. And that's a tough pill to swallow, because we all like to think that we got a strong spirit. I can handle it. I can handle Satan and the wiles of the devil. I can handle it. Well, you can't even handle your health. So how you gonna sit back and talk about you got a strong spirit? You don't.
I got some that's real, because I got some. The average. Do you know what the average man? How much? The average man cannot even bench press 225.
I seen that whole thing that was going around IG.
The average man understand. Listen, I'm looking at y'all. It says the average man cannot bench press 225. If you don't take, as an Israelite man, that is not an average man, do not take that as a challenge to go bench press 225. Something wrong with you. Because you got to think about it. The average human being weighs at least 225, 240, 250. And you mean to tell me that you can't, if you had to fight somebody and pick them up and put them in the Slam City on top of their head, you mean to tell me the average man can't do that? That's crazy work.
Yo, I'm about to, here's another thing that Kadash said this, right? Captain Kadash said this. One day we was on our way to Lee County. This was probably what, like 2 years ago, something like that. And we was talking, we was on our way like we normally do. And this man said, have you ever looked at other men? This man said, if you weigh less than 200 pounds, healthy weight, you finished. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, that messed me up for life. Because you know what I did? I looked at other men and I was like, yo, it ain't barely like
it makes sense.
2+. 200 pounds is the minimum. Because men these days, like men is not to say that just because somebody's over 200 pounds they're healthy, but it's still if you weigh 170 and somebody weigh 225 or 230 or 240, they could be out of shape. They connect, you finished. So that put a fire in me because I'm in shape, but I've never been a big dude. So like I was on this quest to just like hit 200 pounds. Now, can I hit the heaviest I ever got was 190, and I'm hovering around 170 something or whatever. But the point is these things, when we talk about us protecting ourselves and protecting a family, you really got to look at life for what it really is, and you got to take these things in consideration. It's like, yo, what Captain Amwan said, LOZ men is not the average. We bench 225 over here. That's real. Yes. I can bench 225. I
can easily bench 225 now.
But I can hit 225. That's not a problem.
The next goal is 300 pounds. I'm trying to bench press 305. I'm going for that 315. I'm telling you.
305 is a bit much, but listen,
I'm going for that 305. I'm gonna be part of the 300 club. I'm gonna be benching 300. I'm telling you.
Listen, after 225, then I'm raising that iron. So that's you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna raise that iron on them. So I'm gonna even the scope. They too much bigger. But point is, the Most High blessed us. Number one, He blessed us as the children of Israel. To, like the scriptures say in Genesis 25 and 25, it says, and one shall be stronger than the other. He blessed us with that. He allowed us to have abilities that the rest of the nations don't have. Right. So because we've been blessed with that, we can't take that for granted. We got to utilize that. We got to take that blessing that the Most High blessed us with, and we got to maximize it to the best of our ability, so that way we can, we can benefit from these blessings. What's the point of squandering a blessing? Don't make no sense. I take everything that the Most High gave me and I try my best to use it to the best of my ability. I don't just squander. Somebody give you, $25, like the scriptures say, in the parable, you gotta double it. Don't just bury it, right? You gotta multiply that thing. So He blessed us with all this strength, these, all this extra strength, these great physiques and stuff like that. We gotta utilize it. Let's build upon it, right? Be able to protect ourselves. Be an example to the younger generation. Get in the gym. Don't be playing these video games all the time, sitting around. Don't go outside and play like we used to. Let's get this younger generation on the same type of mindset.
Yeah, man. Health is wealth, man. Health is above all things, man. Like that thing is important. And I wanted to grab something because what I'm going to say is powerful. If you can't lift your rib, you going off.
That's real.
Because you got to think about it like this. Say there's a fire in the house. Your rib knocked out. Say there's something from the ceiling fell, hit it right there. Boop, out. Boop, out.
Oh, man.
You mean to tell me you can't lift your wife? to get her to safety out the door?
That's real. Something wrong.
What type of man are you?
Gotta be ashamed of yourself.
You mean to tell me when your girl life on the line, your kid's life on the line, you don't got enough strength to pick them up and get them to safety as a mod? You going off. You going off.
You going off.
You should have been in the gym. You should have been shooting in the gym. But you're playing around. You're getting off work. You're popping the bottle of wine. You're sipping on the wine, trying to decompress. When you need to be pressing on some weight, getting it off your chest, getting it off your shoulders, overhead press.
That's right.
Need to be doing some tricep pull downs. You know what I'm saying? Doing some lat curls, doing some pull-ups, because you might need to have to lift yourself up over a wall or something.
You never know. And on top of that, you know, we got to look at the times we in, like Captain Asher said a few minutes ago. We have to be mindful of the times that we're living in, and the times that we're living in. It seems like we're going backwards. The racism has gotten more prevalent, and it's not hidden anymore. You know, it's in our faces. So just think, you know, the way that you present yourself. If you present yourself as a weak individual, you don't look like you can protect yourself. You become more of a target. But you know, if you look intimidating, if you look like you've been in that gym, if you look like you're ready and prepared for anything that somebody got coming towards you, they're gonna think twice and 3 times before they come your way. It's probably not gonna happen, right? So you know, we need to look at all the different aspects of why we should be focusing on our health. And I'm not just saying in the gym. We talked about, you know, our diet. Our diet is paramount.
Facts.
Right? The diet is paramount. What you put in is what you get out. And then you couple that with good cardio and a good workout routine, consistency and discipline, right? And most importantly, the law, statutes, and commandments. Because let's get Sirach chapter 34 and verse 17 real quick. Sirach 34 and 17. You can take all of those different elements and you can couple them together, and you can benefit from that. But there's one thing that's really most important. Read what you got up.
Come on, it's the book of Sirach. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get it in the GNT. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 34, verse 17. He makes them cheerful and puts a sparkle in their eyes. Mm-hmm. He blesses them with life and health.
And health, right? So the key is that he is the Most High. So no matter what you do, if you're not serving the Most High, then these things that we're blessed with, because you're not getting peace and you're not getting health without the Most High, without being disciplined, without being obedient to the Most High. That's the number one element of all of this, because you can be in the gym and have muscles on top of muscles. But if you're not serving the Most High the way you're supposed to, he'll mess you up on the inside.
What?
Right? And you'll be like a Lamborghini with no engine. You ain't going nowhere and you ain't doing nothing. You ain't protecting nothing. You just look that way. And I guarantee you, just like a Lamborghini without an engine, if it's sitting in the elements, it's gonna rust and fade. And that's the same way. If you contaminate it on the inside, everything that you work for on the outside is gonna wither away. So the key is keeping the commandments of the Most High, and then we build everything on top of that, right?
Good. And I like the brother pulled the scripture, this 144K in Sirach 30 verse 15. Health and good estate of body are above all gold,
right? And
a strong body above infinite wealth. Because if you don't got good health, you don't be spending all your wealth on your health.
That's right.
So you better have good health now, so you have good wealth and you can maintain it. Listen, I'm gonna put you on game. How old is LeBron?
41, I think.
And he's balling as if he's still 25. Do you know why? I looked up how much he spends for his training and health regimen. He spends $1.2 million on his health
every off season.
Every off season, he's making a $1 million $1 million plus dollar investment on his health.
He still ain't the GOAT, but that's good.
And you can see, but you can see it translate very well. He is the only man that is 40 plus playing with a group of. He's playing a young man's game as a old man.
That's right.
Or a middle. I ain't gonna call him old. Let's take that. I take that back. Middle-aged man, where predominantly he should not be playing.
That's a
so
fact.
It translates so much that he invests on his health because his body can produce and get wealth. Does that make sense? Am I losing you? Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
So it's so important, it's so vital that we take our health serious, that we try to lock in as best we can. And we may not get everything perfect, but as long as you try, put effort in to make a change in your life to where your health is being considered. You know, there was one thing that was very profound that I was I was just strolling through YouTube about health, and a person said, I forgot who the person was, but it was very profound. He was like, the average lifespan of a human is 78, 80 years, probably less than that, right? He's like, you mean to tell me out of those 70 plus years, you can't give 1 year to health? All it takes is 1 year of health for the benefits to prolong your life increases significantly just because of 1 year. Give yourself 1 year. Shoot, I even challenge you. Do 90 days. Because I'm doing 90 days with Kadash. I told Kadash, I said, you got full reins. Whatever you say, I will do.
Kadash either gonna make you better or kill you.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, at least if he killed me, we try. He damn near tried.
Right, get fit or die trying.
Die literally. and I'm dying to try.
I'm telling you, you'll be in the gym, and the only thing Kadash will say to you is put more weight on it.
What?
Put more weight on it.
Put more weight on it. It looks too easy. Put more weight on it. Right now.
Shout out to all the brothers and sisters that have made the conscious decision to be disciplined and to utilize their time when they could be doing anything else to focusing on their health and their well-being, because again, it's a choice. And I always like to say that being in the gym and being healthy is a lifestyle. It's not a fad. It's not a some sort of thing that just comes and goes. It's a real lifestyle, and it's something that the results you receive twofold, because number one, it enhances and increases and blesses you with longevity, right? Longer and a better quality of life. And on top of that, the benefits is you see it and other people see it too. And it's like the way that you present yourself, people judge you. People will always judge you. So when you go into a job interview and you're fit and your clothes fit you a certain type of way and you present yourself in a certain type of way, people look at you and they say, you know what? This type of person has a level of discipline, because if they put all this time just to look this way, then I'm sure that they're going to put a high level of effort into this job. Right. And your chances of getting that job are going to be increased just because of the way that you look.
Right.
You can't think that people don't judge you. You're judged as soon as you walk in a room. So if you want to be on the higher end of that judgment, you got to make sure that you putting that time in. You got to present yourself being the best that you can be. And that will enhance and increase your opportunities in every way, whether that be finding a wife or a husband, finding a job, or even people just, taking you seriously when you say certain things. You can't give somebody advice on health and it doesn't look like you putting in any type of work. You really have no knowledge of it. Nobody's really going to take you seriously. But if they can see nobody would come to me to be their trainer. I'm not big enough, right? I'm not like swollen. You can't see striations and veins sticking all out I'm in shape now, but I'm not in shape enough for somebody to be out there trying to train somebody, right? So people believe you because you present yourself like that. So you got to make sure that you are putting this time and putting this effort into, because like I said, you're being judged and you end up being on a better end of that, and you're creating longevity in your life by creating and sticking to and being consistent with healthy habits.
Come on, and that's all there is to it, man. It's very this health is wealth thing is important for the nation of Israel, because every man is called to be a protector. Every man is called to be a protector. There's no buts. If you was a husband, even then, if you're a son at the age of 20, you are considered a defender of the nation of Israel. It is our duty to be in shape. Even if you're not fully in shape, start getting in shape. Start making changes in your life.
That's right.
At least be healthier. That's all I'm asking. You don't gotta look like this brother that's on the screen, but at least get to some level of shape where you not like the captain was saying, where you trying to grab something off the floor and you or you tying your shoe and you gotta take a fiver just because you can't breathe because you can't tie your shoe for too long.
Right.
That's a problem. It's a problem. And don't get it twisted. I'm coming from a place of sincerity. We coming from a place of sincerity and love. We not trying to attack nobody. We not trying to make somebody feel less of themselves. I'm telling you, if you start going to the gym and get healthier, you will start feeling better. You start getting more confident. You start getting more bold.
Mm-hmm.
When you in the gym, listen. For me, when I go in the gym, I feel like I feel. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you better than I could tell. I'm gonna show you what I feel like when I get out the gym. Matter of fact, when I'm in the gym and I'm getting right. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. Hold on. Let me. Hold on. Where did Salaki? Hold on 1 second. Why did I do that? Okay, hold on. Because I'm telling you, if the gym is it is therapeutic. Like I keep saying, it is therapeutic. It gives you it gives you more confidence in yourself. It builds your self-esteem. It helps you go through even if you had a rough day, the gym is a good way to decompress or even let those angry emotions, those sad emotions go, because you gotta focus. When you in the gym and you gotta lift that heavy weight, everything that's in your mind gotta go. It's only you and them weights, and you gotta focus on lifting it, and it helps. It helps tremendously. Let me get it. Bam. There we go. There we go. Hold on. I'm about to get you right. This is what I feel like when I'm in the gym. This is what I look like. This is what I think I am. Hold on. This is who I think I am.
Right.
Look at this. Hold on. Let me big screen it. Let me. Can you see it? Hold on. I don't want this one. Let me get the other one so I can. What is my? So like 1 second. Damn. All right. This is what I feel like. Do you see how big brother back is?
That's the right big back.
That's the right big back. That's what you call a big back. That's the right term of a big back. I feel like this brother. The way he poses and all, I feel like that when I get done when I'm in the gym. And the thing is, what I think about is nobody. Why am I getting the word? Nobody can tell me I'm not in the gym. I feel like as if I did something productive of my life, of my day. Nobody can say Asher was just doing nothing. That's a lie. I was in there getting right. I'm trying to get right. I'm not the 2 more horn, but I'm Asher trying to get right. Where Asher at? He at the gym. Oh, really? Yes. But I'm saying that we gotta get in shape, or we gotta get healthy. Because if we don't, we going against what the Most High said. And it's up to you. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm only just the messenger. Don't shoot me. I'm only just the messenger. So we got to get right. You know what I'm saying? So with that is the class. All praise to the Most High. I hope you guys got some edification from this class. I hope you guys understand what was being said. I hope you guys received what was being said, and that you gain some wisdom from this class, or gain some motivation from this class to start, implementing some things into your life to where you creating good habits for the later future of yourself. Because we got to be prudent. Scripture say be prudent. Foreseeth the evil. We know that death come for us all. But don't let death come quicker than it need to be because of your negligence. Let's not do that. Right? So, Captain Zamar, you got anything you want to say?
No, just take heed to the word. Be serious about your health. You have people that love you. You want to be around for them. It's in your hands. So, take it seriously.
Come on. I wanted to get this real quick because I like what the brother said. This is in the spirit, especially with the foods they give us right now. A daily sweat should be in everybody's regimen. Just good game. That's it. That's it. That's all you need. It's just work up a little sweat. Walk. The most powerful thing to lose weight, walk. Shout out to Captain Moshe, Marshall, Elder Marshall. The man lost almost over 40 pounds just by walking. Mm-hmm. He didn't pick up a weight yet. Now he is.
Changed his diet too.
He changed his diet, but he was walking. So it lets you know how I'm powerful just walking along. Go for a 15-minute walk. Go for a 10-minute walk. Go look at the block. See what's new on the block. Look at the new buildings being formed. Look at the place. See what. Don't be nosy if you want to. You know, go get some fresh air because it's vital. But yes, I hope you guys was edified. I hope you guys got some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from this class. I hope you guys can keep fasting, praying, fighting off Satan, Bobby. Stick your move, stick to the move. If you get caught up in the corner, ball up. Call up to the Most High. They start jabbing again. They hit him with the 1-2s. Jab up out of there. Get up out of there. Bobby Weed. You know what I'm saying? Because Satan going to do his job, and Satan going to do the best of his ability to knock us off our pivot, and we can't allow Satan to knock us off our pivot. Because once he got us off our pivot, that's when he's like, got it. So we got to stay on our pivot. Now, I'm going to say my famous slogan. I'm going to say it. If you can't read a book, read a chapter. If you can't read a chapter, read a verse. If you can't read a verse, you got the Monday class. You got the Tuesday class. You got the Wednesday rhythm class. You got camp videos on Thursday. You got Friday class. And then you got Shabbat. Oh, I can't forget. You got the live or die on Sunday. So we operating 7 days a week, 24 hours.
No excuse.
So it's no excuse to not get some of the word in. Meditate on at least a scripture or two, where you get a little bit of wisdom from it. Ain't no excuse to keep feeding your spirit to make it to the next Shabbat. And with that, I'm Captain Asher, and I got with me
Captain Zamar.
And this is Wednesday Wisdom, and we are signing off. Shalom.
Shalom.
If you scared, go to church, cause it's about to get dangerous. Open up the book of law, where the heathen is painted. Got that frankincense burning while I'm thumbing through pages in
As the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777 as the frankincense and myrrh.